All right, good evening, everyone. It's 7 o'clock. It's time to go ahead and open our September Planning Commission meeting. We're going to open with a word of prayer from Pastor Haley with Faith Baptist Church. Pastor Haley, if you would come up to the podium. Everyone, please rise, and we'll do Pledge Allegiance right after that.
Father God, I just want to thank you so much for who you are. I just thank you for this day. Thank you for this time. Thank you for the opportunity to meet together and discuss the issues that will be brought forth this evening. I pray that everything that is done peaceably and in order. Father, everything that's said, everything that's done, I pray just honors you and shows respect to our neighbors. Father, I pray that you just give wisdom to all the ones making decisions tonight. Be with all of their planning, all of their decision making, Father, and that we do everything that we can to be stewards of what you have entrusted us with. All these things I pray in your Son's name. Amen. To the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, thank you, everyone. Let's go ahead and open the Planning Commission meeting. Let's do a roll call, please, Aaron.
Commissioner Ward. Commissioner Byrd.
Here.
Commissioner Lowe.
Here.
Commissioner Prater.
Here.
Commissioner Knack.
Here.
Chairman Young. Here. Commissioner O'Gwen.
Here. All right, we have 5 commissioners here, so we do have a quorum. We'll go ahead and start off approval of our meeting minutes from August. The commissioners did receive a packet and reviewed the meeting minutes. Do I have any questions or comments or additions? If not, I'd entertain a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Got a motion from Commissioner Prater. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second from Commissioner Knack. Roll call, please, Aaron.
Prater.
Yes.
Knack.
Yes.
O'Gwen.
Yes.
Byrd.
Yes.
Lowe.
Yes.
All right, 5-0, the minutes are approved. Let's go ahead and shift over into our Board of Adjustment meeting. Roll call, please, Aaron.
Byrd.
Here.
Lowe.
Here.
Prater.
Here.
Knack.
Here.
Ward. Young. Here. O'Gwen.
Here. All right, we do have a quorum, 5 members present. Let's go ahead and get approval of our Board of Adjustment meeting minutes from the August meeting. If there aren't any corrections or additions, I'd entertain a motion to approve the minutes from August.
Motion to approve.
A motion from Commissioner Byrd. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second from Commissioner Prater. Roll call vote, please, Aaron.
Prater.
Yes.
Knack.
Yes.
O'Gwen.
Yes.
Byrd.
Yes.
Lowe.
Yes.
All right, 5-0, the minutes are approved. Let's go into our first item of new business for the Board of Adjustment meeting. Aaron?
2807 South Fork Drive, a fence variance. Dwayne and Sasha Brown.
All right, do we have an applicant, or I'm sorry, staff report, please? It's been a while, Laura, sorry.
Sorry, I've changed things around on y'all. All right, this is property located at 2807 South Fork Drive, Dwayne and Sasha Brown. Currently, it is a single-family dwelling in an R1 zoning district. They have applied for a fence variance for an 8-foot tall fence on sections in their rear yard in lieu of the allowed 6-foot fence. As you can see from the staff report, this is located along South Fork Drive, which is just behind a commercial district off of 2nd Street. They do have the fence already installed, that it tapers from 6 feet up to 8 feet to separate the 2 houses in the backyard. They do have a pool that was installed in the backyard, so The applicants, I believe, are here. If you have any questions for them, or if you have any other questions for me, that they do have a letter within the staff report explaining why they're requesting this fence variance.
All right, thank you, Laura. Is the applicant here, Dwayne or Sasha Brown? Sasha, is there anything you'd like to add to the staff report? Yeah, if you would go to the podium and...
Yes, sir. I did just want to point out that it is only that 40-foot area in between me and my neighbor's home. That is actually 8 foot. The other fence is the proper 6 feet in length. And I just really wanted the fence at that length just to protect my family's privacy for the pool. We do have 2 small children in our family.
And it looks like the pool steps up a little bit above grade, so it's, what, another foot or foot and a half above the existing grade adjacent to it?
Correct. So if we are standing on the actual pool deck, the difference in the height is actually more like 6.5 feet instead of the 8 feet.
Okay, thank you. Sasha, any questions for the applicant? All right, thank you, Sasha. Appreciate
I
it.
appreciate y'all's time.
All right, is there anyone here to speak against this item? Anyone else here to speak for or against? All right, seeing none. Commissioners, do you have any question or any discussion?
Well, again, here we are. We've done this for like the last 4 months, that the fence has been built before approval was given on it, and I'm having trouble with this. We have rules for this. It says 6 feet. That's what we need to go by, and I don't see a hardship here.
Any other commissioners have any comments? Or? Is there any letters or anything from adjacent neighbors or any complaints, Laura? Anything received, calls?
No, I think we had some calls to the office just asking what the request was for.
Commissioner Prater, I do share your sentiment of we do have rules and regulations. Also respect, if there's not an issue with code or no code violation in terms of life safety or no problems the adjacent neighbors have, I don't see any reason not to give a variance for such an item.
I'd like to add to that to the commission that we set a precedence when we allow one person to do it and a neighbor can't do it, or are we going to let the whole neighborhood do it? It's something we have to look at.
Yeah, so Board of Adjustment is a case-by-case jurisdiction, so I don't think we can put one blanket rule out there for every case. So, any other questions or comments or discussion?
I'll just make the comment that if the neighbors here were here against this, I don't think I could support this at all. But if the neighbors don't have an issue with it, I don't know that I do either.
I share that. I'm not a voting member, but I do share that same sentiment. So I'll let you guys vote on it. Any other questions?
To approve.
Got a motion to approve from Commissioner Lowe. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second from Commissioner Knack, I think. Roll call vote, please, Aaron.
Prater,
No.
O'Gwen,
Yes.
Knack,
Yes.
Byrd,
Yes.
Lowe.
Yes.
Motion passes 4-1.
All right. That motion does pass. All right. Thank you very much, Aaron. Let's move on to the next item of business.
1572 Calcutta Drive, a variance to allow for an accessory building size to exceed the maximum 5% lot coverage area. Jeffrey and Tamara Votaw.
All right, Laura.
Okay, this property is located at 1572 Calcutta Drive. The property owners are Jeffrey and Tamara Votaw. It is a single-family residential dwelling that is an R1 zoning district. They are seeking a variance for an accessory building to be located in their rear backyard to exceed the percentage allowed on a half acre in size. So currently, to have an accessory building on a half acre or larger size lot, you can have 5% of your lot size. So for this lot, it is approximately 0.52 acres in size, so his max allowed accessory building size can be 1,135 square feet. The applicant is requesting to have a 50 by 36 accessory building, which would be an 1,800 square foot accessory that they are wanting to store to accommodate their indoor storage of their RV that they have. The applicant is here tonight for any questions that you have. It does meet the drawing that they submitted, does meet setback requirements, so we don't have any issues on setbacks. If you have any other questions for me, I'd be glad to answer them.
Laura, could you repeat that? You said the maximum allowable size per code is 1,175?
1,135 square feet.
35 square feet. And the proposed is 1,800?
Correct.
All right, thank you. All right, you the applicant, Jeffrey
Yeah, Votaw.
Votaw? Okay.
Excuse me.
Yeah, go ahead. Floor is yours.
Thank you. I appreciate everybody's time tonight. So as Laura indicated and has been very helpful through the process, we are trying to find a place to house our 43-foot travel fifth wheel RV. We have not been able to find adequate cover for an RV of that size here. So our desire is to build a shop where we can get the RV and our tow vehicles out of the inclement weather. The shop, as it's been submitted to you all tonight, has been approved with the variance that we are requesting by the Homeowners Association. It will be made of the exact same brick and architecture as the home itself, so it'll match it very nicely. With the way the home is, I don't know, Laura, do you have the aerial photograph that you can pull up that was part of the packet by chance?
It's in the packet.
Thank you. So if you take a look, our intent is to set it in the farthest back that we possibly can, the right-hand corner. Our driveway hugs the far right side of our property line. There are trees that divide my neighbor's property from mine, and we'll keep even though it'll be a very nice-looking shop and very well built, it will keep it relatively obscure from passerbys, just with the way that the houses are and the trees and so forth. I have reached out and met with the neighbors facing my home to my left, the two neighbors across the street. I've reached out to the landowner behind me. I have not had any concerns. The one homeowner that I left a note for that I have not met, we're relatively new to the neighborhood. I left a note in their, knocked on the door, they weren't home, left a note in their mailbox. I did not hear from them. We did put the proper signage up as you would expect. But done my due diligence, and everybody from my neighbors that I'm aware of, unless somebody's shown up here tonight that I'm not aware of, has been supportive of the building as submitted. Happy to answer any questions.
Commissioners have any questions? Thank you, Mr. Votaw.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Sounds like you've done your due diligence. Appreciate that.
Right. Keep neighbors happy.
That's right. Is anyone here to speak against this item? All right. Anyone here to speak for or against anything? Any comments? All right. None. Seeing none. Commissioners have any questions? All right. Entertain a motion to approve.
I have one question. So if I'm understanding this correctly, the build will be 36 feet wide?
Yes, sir.
And how wide is your RV?
Well, the two bay doors are 12 feet by 14 feet. The RV's a little over 8 feet. I think it's 8 feet 2 inches, I believe, is the width of the RV. And then the vehicle that I use to tow it is a dual rear wheel, Ford truck, crew cabs that I want to put in the other side of the bay.
Okay.
Does that answer your question?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, I see that nothing meets, or nothing is restrictive in terms of code. I think the only variance is the size of the footprint. No additional issues with the homeowners association, so it sounds like a pretty easy approval, but let you guys vote on that. I get a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Got a motion from Commissioner Byrd, a second?
Second.
Second from Commissioner Prater. Roll call, please, Aaron.
Byrd,
Yes.
Prater,
Yes.
Knack,
Yes.
O'Gwen,
Yes.
Lowe,
Yes.
All right, 5-0. That motion does pass. Thank you. All right, moving to the next item of business. Aaron?
Lot 1R, Cabot Commerce Center, variance to allow for an increase of maximum lot coverage from 35% to 40%. Lemons Engineering.
Laura?
Okay, this is Lot 1R, Cabot Commercial Center, Phase 2 of the self-storage that is located on Jaden Commercial. Back in May of 2021, y'all approved a site plan that included this property. They have gone back. They've built 5 of the buildings that are currently out there. And as you'll see later on on the agenda, there's been a revised site plan. So the original site plan had different sizes of buildings, and they've come back and changed their Phase 2 building sizes, and now they're going to encompass more of the property than what was previously approved. So with that being said, they are going to cover more than the maximum 40 or 35% that is allowed in an I-1 zoning district. They're actually only going to cover an additional 2.65%, but for paperwork, I guess, procedure, it'd just be easier just to round it up to a 5% increase that they're asking for. So instead of 35% lot coverage, they're asking for a 40% lot coverage. I don't have anything else for you as far as requirements. If you have any other questions, I can answer them for you, and Mr. Lemons is here to answer anything if y'all have anything.
All right, thank you, Laura. Mr. Lemons?
Yes, sir. In fact, I'm glad that drawing is up there on the screen. You can see that from the original plan that we had with some kind of oddball-shaped buildings, we went to a simpler, cleaner look, which is what we're proposing. In doing that, just because of the size of the buildings, it did put us over 2.65%. So therefore, that is the reason that we are here tonight to ask for this variance. And we do have a site plan that is on the agenda for later this evening. And so the 2.65% is where it's going to be. But for rounding purposes, we went from 35 to 40%, just for rounding. One other thing I'd like to just point out, if I could, the reason we're here is because in C2 and in I1, Cabot has an extremely strict requirement that you can have more than 35% under roof. Compare that to a lot of our neighboring towns, those go up to 40 to 45%. So we feel like what we're doing is in line with what industry standards would be. And if you look up ministorageandninja.com, which is supposed to be a very precise trade journal, 40 to 45% is the norm. So we're just being consistent with what the trade is. Be glad to answer any questions you may have.
Commissioners have any questions? All right, thank you, Mr. Lemons.
Thank you.
Anyone else here to speak for or against this item? All right, seeing none. Commissioners have any questions? If not, I entertain a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve from Commissioner Lowe. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second for Commissioner Byrd. Roll call vote, please, Aaron.
Knack,
Yes.
Byrd,
Yes.
Prater,
Yes.
Lowe, O'Gwen,
Yes.
All right, 5-0, motion does pass. All right, we're going to go ahead and adjourn the Board of Adjustment meeting at 7:20, and we will go back over into our Planning Commission meeting, picking back at the agenda, picking up on item 6, public hearing. And at 7:20, we will open the public hearing now for item 1, for rezone. Aaron?
Lot 15, Gateway Commercial, from C2 to I1, Lemons Engineering.
And Laura, staff report, please.
Okay, this is Lot 15, Gateway Commercial. It is approximately located at the 100 block of Gateway Drive off of, on Gateway, which is about 800 feet just south of the intersection of Gateway and Highway 5. The applicant is requesting a rezone from C2 to I1 for a development of self-storage buildings for recreational vehicles and boat storage. They've supplied a concept plan that we asked for so that we could see what they're proposing to put on the property. So if you've got any questions for me, out surrounding the property is C3 to the south, and what would be to the east. To the west is all zone C2, and to the north is zone C2. So this would be a spot zoning along Gateway Drive.
Thank you, Laura. So the applicant, Mr. Lemons?
Yes. I guess technically you could say this is spot zoning. However, we're required to come to you because of the nature of the business we're wanting to put in. Up until April of this year, we were allowed to put self-storage in a C3, and that's what this property has been in the past, C2 and C3. So therefore, it's by virtue of a change of the city's own code that we are here today asking for the rezone to I1. What I would like to point out is this would be very conducive to what's in the neighborhood. The property to the south is the BCRV business, which actually was part of this lot originally. It was sold to BCRV. And then the property due east of this is Kiko's, where they have both the service, their service building, and also their floor room and their sales offices. So therefore, and of course, Kiko's is in the business of selling RVs. So therefore, we feel like what we're doing here is very conducive to what's already there with the type of business we're putting in both to the south and east, to being very close to what we're going to be doing. And be glad to answer any questions you may have.
So I've got a question, Mr. Lemons. It is allowed by C2, correct?
Don't believe so.
For self-storage, no.
Okay, it just says, there's limited wholesaling and warehousing on the definition for C2. Just didn't know if that was.
Didn't that change in April, though, to where you have to go I1?
Yeah, self-storage specifically is required to go to I1.
All right. Any other questions from commissioners?
I guess I have a question for Laura. Are they required to put a sidewalk along the road there?
Yes. Yeah, this is a new development, so they'll be required to do sidewalk, landscape plan, detention, everything, the whole 9 yards when they get to that point.
Other commissioners, any questions? All right, thank you, Mr. Lemons.
Thank you.
And since this is still a public hearing, anyone here to speak for or against this item? All right, seeing none. Any further discussion from commissioners?
Motion to approve.
A motion to approve from Commissioner Prater. Do you have a second?
Second.
Second from Commissioner Lowe. Aaron, roll call vote, please.
Prater,
Yes.
Knack,
Yes.
Byrd,
Yes.
Lowe,
Yes.
O'Gwen,
Yes.
5-0, motion does pass. All right, next item on our public hearing, item B. Aaron?
rezone part of lots 2 and 3 of the Northwest 1/4, Section 30, from R1 to R4H, Lemons Engineering.
Laura?
Okay, this property is approximately located at 303 Campground Road. It's currently, the property owner is registered in AR County data as Roger D. Lamaster. But right before the meeting, I was handed the deed of the current property owner. This property is located again along Campground Road. It is currently zoned R1. They are proposing R4H, which is high density multifamily residential. It is appears to be a portion of a larger parcel. It is in a special flood hazard area zoned AE, which does have a base flood elevation already determined. The request is for a 1 acre tract to be rezoned from R1 to R4H multifamily. As you can see in the packet, it is surrounded by R1, except for south along Kerr Station, there is a small portion of R4M that is rezoned. Then across the street is the campground pond. So in the staff report, there were a few items that staff asked the applicant to provide to us. They did just provide the deed to me. The only other concerns that staff had were the close proximity of the floodplain and floodway boundaries. If you have any other questions for me, I'd be happy to answer them, but Mr. Lemons is here to answer anything else that you have.
All right, Mr. Lemons?
Yes. Just a little bit of comfort to let you know, of course, by your own city codes, we are allowed to develop this property, whether we go single family or multifamily. We have to bring the finished floor of these structures up a minimum of 2 feet above the base flood elevation. We are relatively close to the boundary that is AE and X, of course, X being outside the flood zone, AE being inside the flood zone. And if you'll go back to that one previous drawing you just had up there, my little sketch I had, right there, that shows the location of that. So we're very close to not being in the flood zone, but by FEMA's map we are. We will do a topo on this to determine exactly how close we are, but we have to use their map at the present time. And everything will be built 2 feet above the base flood elevation. So that being said, be glad to answer any questions you may have.
Commissioners have any questions? So just looking at the zoning map, the closest R4 is on the south side of the parcel that's adjoining that, along Earnhardt and Kerr Station, correct?
That is correct. That is owned by the, their name escapes me, but I was actually did their site plan for them, got them through the city a few years ago. But everything between there and up gets deeper into the flood zone. I don't know that we'll see a whole lot of development in there, because the size of the flood zone, which we do touch, we're not in the floodway, and a lot of that property between the two parcels is in the floodway. Also, the owners are here tonight. If you have any questions you would like to ask them.
So is there single family to the west of this property? Existing houses?
There's nothing to the west. It's just
Kerr Station.
I think there might be a house there, but that's the only house in that area on the original tract.
Does the owner own all 16 plus acres?
No, they bought this piece from the person that owns the 16 acres. Mr. Lamaster owns the 16 acres. They bought this piece from Mr. Lamaster. Or actually, I take that back. It was bought by another individual that put it into 2 lots, lot 1 and lot 2. We are dealing with lot number 2 right now. And then my client bought it from the second owner, but Mr. Lamaster still owns everything to the south.
And according to this drawing, he's going to he's planning to put approximately 15
Yes, 15.
apartments.
Yes, which is just barely above. R4M is 12, but they're asking to put in 15, so we have to ask for the R4H. R4H actually lets you go up to 24.
Two-story, one-story?
Two-story.
So this rezoning, it would be a spot rezoning to go to R4.
Well, in the past, by definition, residential is not considered spot zoning. If we were doing commercial here, then yes, that would be spot zoning.
Yeah, I'm just saying in a like zoning, we're all surrounded by R1s, and this is an R4 in the middle of an R1 group. The closest R4 being to the south. All right, anything else, Mr. Lemons?
I'm looking to see if there's anything else. No, that's all I've got, unless you have any more questions.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone here to speak against this item? Please state your name and your address.
Good evening. My name is Beverly Glass, 305 Campground. I have the property to the east of this site. I oppose this build. I intentionally bought in a residential neighborhood with single-family owners, not renters. I come from an area with renters, and I definitely had peace of mind in that everybody was an owner. And that area is a floodplain. I look at that property all the time, and anytime we have a substantial rain, there is a significant amount of water resting on that property. And in order for that property to be built in order to house 15 apartments, it would have to rise to an area that would cause drainage onto my property and the property to the west. And there is a property to the west of that site. And so I ask you, please do not allow this built.
Thank you, Beverly. Anyone else here to speak against this item? Please state your name and address.
It's Heather Clark, and it's 301 Campground Road. Already get enough flooding when it does flood. I can only imagine what it would do if we built up the land next to it. I have that house for the single purpose that it is a residential, not multi-people living right next door. I would have to say it would not be very favorable, especially across from the community pond as well. So I'm against it.
All right. All right, thank you, Heather. Anyone else?
Name is Wayne Coleman, 307 Campground, and I just want to, I'm kind of curious where the water is going to go. And 15 units on an acre of land is quite a bit. Nothing else other than residential is two-story in that area. And I just don't, I oppose it, just wish y'all would too. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Wayne. Anyone else?
My name's Ronnie Morgan. I live at 244 Dietrich Lane, but I am quite regularly at 305 Campground. I've seen this property flood regularly. I've seen Christmas trees in campground in that area where the actual Cabot Pond has overflowed onto that land. It is a residential area. It is a park across the street, and we would like to keep it peaceful out there, and we really don't want to have a lot of rentals and a lot of the problems that go along with all of this. And we would appreciate an opposition. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Ronnie. Anyone else? Tim, is there anything, items you want to address from?
The only item I was just going to address is tonight we're here just for the rezone. Issues pertaining to drainage and flooding and all that would be addressed at the site plan and would have to meet Cabot strict requirements. Thanks.
Thank you, Mr. Lemons. Commissioners have any questions?
Just to address the commission, many years ago before you guys were all on a commission, we established a moratorium of any more residential building on Kerr Station Road because Kerr Station Road is so bad. There's no place to walk. There's schools down there. You know, there's no place to put sidewalks. And our direction was to, until they improve Kerr Station Road, we didn't want any more building on that. Now, I don't know. I have to go back into the archives and see if that's still there. Or, you know, it's been many years ago. But I think there's a legitimate gripe there for that. How many more kids are going to be in these apartments and walking out there on that road?
Yeah, that was before my time, Commissioner Prater. So, yeah, to me, this is, we're just talking about the zoning. It is not compatible to me to the adjacent developed and existing homes in the area. Mr. Lemon said this is not a definition of spot zoning, but this is, to me, inserting an R4 higher density into a R1 lower density. So I think it's not a compatible use, but I'm going to let you guys discuss and vote on that. So any other questions from commissioners? All right, entertain a motion.
Motion to approve.
A motion to approve. Commissioner Lowe, do I have a second?
Second.
Second from Commissioner, was that Knack? All right, roll call vote, please, Aaron.
O'Gwen,
No.
Knack,
No.
Prater,
No.
Byrd,
No.
Lowe,
No.
All right, 0-5, the motion does not pass. All right, moving on to the next item. It is 7:37, and we will move into new business, item 7. Aaron?
replat of lots 3R and 4R Pinewood Estates, Phase 3, Tucker Surveying.
Laura?
Okay, this is a replat of lots 3R and 4R Pinewood Estates. The property is located on Glenwood Drive. It is a single-family dwelling on the south property. I believe it's on the south property. They are doing a lot line adjustment so that they're pretty much giving the southern lot more, a bigger piece of the property. So it's almost dividing these two equal lots into 0.57 acres. Again, they're just recreating a lot line adjustment for this replat. There are a couple outstanding items that the applicant did not address with staff, but it's not anything that I don't believe that the applicant and staff can work out. So if you have any questions for me, I can answer them. I'm not sure if the applicant is here this evening. Does not appear to be.
All right, any questions from commissioners? Seeing none, I entertain a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Got a motion to approve, Commissioner Lowe.
Second.
Second, Commissioner Prater. Roll call vote, please, Aaron.
Byrd,
Yes.
Prater,
Yes.
Knack,
Yes.
Lowe,
Yes.
O'Gwen,
Yes.
All right, 5-0, motion does pass for the replat on
And that was
item A.
with outstanding items in the staff report.
Yes. Yes, please amend that motion.
Yes, that was my motion.
All right, item B.
replat lots 1R Hampton Commercial Edition and 6R Countrywood Subdivision, Bond Engineers.
Laura?
Okay, this is a replat of Lot 1, Lot 1R and 6R. The Lot 1 is Hampton Commercial Edition, and the Lot 6 is Countrywood Subdivision. They are both zoned General Commercial C2, again, we are just reconfiguring 2 lots here. The one lot is located on the corner of Highway 89 and Countrywood Street. The other one is located along Highway 89. On the Lot 6R, there is an existing residential dwelling that will remain. The Lot 1 of the Hampton Commercial Edition is vacant, but the applicant will be proposing in the future to expand the current adjacent restaurants parking so that they will have a bigger parking space. There are no outstanding items in the staff report. If you've got any questions for me, I'll be happy to answer them, and then the applicant is here as well if you have any questions for him.
Does the applicant want to say anything?
Does she have any questions?
All right. Let the record show that there are no outstanding items on this item. Any commissioners' questions or comments?
Did you say Lot 1 is vacant?
Lot 1R is not vacant. What they are adding to the lot is vacant.
I'll try to clear this up. So Lot 1 of Hampton Commercial has a restaurant on it. Okay, Lot 6 backs up, goes across the creek and backs up to it. So we're taking part of that, which is vacant.
I understand that, yes. I thought she said Lot 1 was vacant. I was like confused now.
No, sorry.
I'd entertain a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion from Commissioner Lowe, and a second by Commissioner Byrd. Get you guys straight here. Aaron, roll call vote, please.
Lowe,
Yes.
Prater,
Yes.
O'Gwen,
Yes.
Knack,
Yes.
Byrd.
Yes.
All right, 5-0, motion does pass. Next item on the agenda, item C.
Site plan, the vineyards at Cabot Phase 2, Craft and Toll.
Laura?
Okay, this is the Vineyards at Cabot Phase 2, a site plan located along Cut Hill Road. Crafton and Toll has submitted a site plan for this Phase 2 to develop a 48-unit multifamily development. Again, this is the Phase 2 of Vineyards at Cabot. The Phase 1 was already approved. They're trying to get Phase 2 approved so that they can just begin construction on the entire site. There are no outstanding items in the staff report, except for they'll have to get a grading permit before construction starts, and we'll get the site plan signed with everybody's signature once official approval is given. Other than that, they've addressed everything that staff has asked for. So we have 2 items that have no outstanding items.
Hooray. Thank you, Laura. The applicant want to add anything else to this?
Travis with Craft and Toll, Travis Tolley, and if you guys have any questions, I'm happy to answer those.
Any questions? I think it's pretty straightforward. Thank you, Travis. Entertain a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Motion from Commissioner Prater.
Second.
Second from Commissioner Knack. Roll call vote, please. Aaron?
Prater,
Yes.
O'Gwen,
Yes.
Knack,
Yes.
Byrd,
Yes.
Lowe,
Yes.
All right, 5-0. Motion, or site plan is approved. All right, next item, item D.
Site plan revised, Lot 1R, Cabot Commerce Center, Lemons Engineering.
Laura?
Again, this is Lot 1R, Cabot Commerce Center, Phase 2. It's the buildings that we looked at in the variance request. Again, this property is located on Jaden Commercial. It is zoned I-1. They are proposing to add 2 additional buildings just to the north of the existing 5 buildings that are already completed and built. There are a couple outstanding items in the staff report that staff has requested, but I don't think that these are items that the applicant is objection to getting back to staff for us. So if you have any questions for me, I'll be glad to answer them, and Mr. Lemon's here to answer anything that y'all have.
Mr. Lemons, anything to add?
Just on the 2 outstanding items, a lighting plan Was unable to get with the owner prior to the review turn in to find out if they're going to use wall packs or mounted lights on poles, but we will get that addressed. And then provide the previous drainage report for review. We'll be glad to provide that drainage report if necessary. We're not increasing any impermeable surface. The drainage report that we prepared 3 years ago is still binding, but if they would like, if the review would like that, we'll get it to them. I tried to address that in my letter stating that it's the same, so, but if that's got to be done, it'll be done.
Well, you are increasing it 2.6555%, so.
No, we're not, because the area that we're putting buildings, we had planned for asphalt.
Touche. Any other questions? Entertain a motion to approve with the comments from the staff report.
So moved.
Commissioner Lowe, do I have a second?
Second.
Commissioner Knack, he beat you again. Aaron, roll call vote, please.
Ogwin,
Yes.
Knack,
Yes.
Bird,
Yes.
Lowe,
Yes.
Prater.
Yes.
All right, 5-0.
Thank
Thank you. All right, any community input from whoever's left? That the air is cold, we can talk about that. Good grief. All right, I got an announcement to make. October Planning Commission, hear ye, will be at the City Annex Building. So do not come here for the next month's meeting. It will be at the City Annex meeting, where the air conditioning works well. So, all right, any other items? Any announcements, birthdays, whatever, anniversaries? Do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right, see you next month. Thank you all.